What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the family tree of a lilac spoon and how does it get its name as Topsy Debbie. So first we are going to start with the topmost succulent that is there in this family tree, which is our Graptopetalum lavender pebbles. I'll put up the name on the screen. It looks absolutely stunning. Beautiful chubby succulent. This was quite damaged by the pigeons, but it has slowly started to recover. I'm very happy. This is the only lavender pebble that I have in my collection. Looks absolutely stunning. A lot of people also call this as the pink moonstone, but remember, pink moonstone does not exist. There is only one moonstone, which is Pachyphytum oviferum. There is only one moonstone. There is no red or pink moonstone. A lot of times the nurseries or the websites will sell them as pink moonstones, but these are lavender pebbles. So this is one of the parent. Now you must be wondering which is the second one. The second parent is an Echeveria species, but it is unknown. Now there are a couple of reasons why this can happen. Either it was not documented, or the person who was creating the hybrid didn't want to mention the second hybrid so that people don't create another hybrid. Or at times it can happen spontaneously. So in this case it happened spontaneously. This happened in Abbey Gardens, wherein this succulent spontaneously created a new hybrid. So one parent was lavender pebbles and the other parent was Echeveria species. So when there was a cross pollination, that is when we got Graptoveria Debbie. So you know from where it gets the name as Graptoveria. Graptopetalum Echeveria, when the hybrid is created, it gets the name as Graptoveria. So this is a hybrid. This is Debbie. Looks absolutely stunning. It has got the color from the one parent, which is this lavender color. It gets the farina as well. The farina is absent on this. The farina will show up as and when the plant grows. So the farina and the color has come from one parent, which is the lavender pebbles. But as you've seen, the lavender pebbles have really chubby leaves, but they don't have any chubby leaves. They are more flat because this characteristics are from the second parent, which was an Echeveria. So the shape of the leaves are like Echeveria, but the color is like the Graptopetalum. So we had this spontaneous hybrid. Now this is documented in ISI, which is International Succulent Introduction, because this is a stable hybrid. Hence it has been introduced in the succulent introduction chapter. Because it is a very long process. It's not like a hybrid is created and it is immediately labeled as a new hybrid. There is a very long, lengthy process, lot of paperwork. The most important is they have to check whether the succulent will revert back to any of the parent. If the succulent reverts back to any of the parent, it is not going to be recognized as a new hybrid. So Debbie is a stable hybrid. It does not change to any of the parent. We don't know which is the second parent, but it does not resemble anything like the Graptopetalum lavender pebbles. Now, how did it get the name as Debbie? This name was given by Bob Foster. So he named the hybrid after his daughter Debbie Foster. So this is called as Graptoveria Debbie. The next step, so this was the first generation of the family tree. She meets someone. She meets Echeveria Topsy Turvy, someone very familiar in her parentage. So she meets Echeveria Topsy Turvy. We have Graptoveria Debbie, which is a hybrid. Even Topsy Turvy Echeveria is a hybrid. We don't know about the parentage of Topsy Turvy. And Topsy Turvy is also documented in ISI, which is the International Succulent Introduction, which is also labeled. So now they both meet, they flower, they are cross-pollinated. So we have our lilac spoons, Graptoveria lilac spoons. As you can see, absolutely beautiful, stunning hybrid. It gets the color from one parent, which is Graptoveria Debbie. that beautiful lavender color, which has passed from lavender pebbles, and now this color has passed to our lilac spoons. And the shape of the leaves, of course, if you might have seen how topsy-turvy looks, the shape of the leaves tend to come from the second parent, which is Echeveria, but it did not get any color. It only got the shape of the leaves from the second parent. So this is how it gets the name as lilac spoon, which is also a documented hybrid. So how does it get the name as Topsy Debbie? That is because of the names of the parent, Topsy Turvy, the first word Topsy, and then this one it's just Debbie. So Debbie, it gets the name as Topsy Debbie. So this is basically like the family tree. I wish we knew what species of Echeveria was the second parent. Of course, it is not going to be known ever because it was a spontaneous hybrid. So we never know which was the flower or the seed that got exchanged, through which we got our beautiful Debbie. And then we had the parentage of the second lineage, which gave us Topsy Debbie or lilac spoon. Now I'm sure people are not going to be sitting idle. They might have created some other hybrid with lilac spoons, which we are not very sure, or I haven't researched much. But as of now, this is the last one that I know from this parentage. Probably there are more created. Now another thing, lilac spoons, I have heard a lot of people have said that if you tend to overwater this, or if it doesn't get a lot of light, there is a high chance that it can look like Debbie. It will start losing that curvy leaves and it will start looking more like Debbie, especially if you have added in too much of water or stuff like that. I have to still experiment because it's a very long time. I definitely do not want it to look like Debbie because I already have one Debbie. I have another one in another pot. I will propagate it at some point, not now, because I really love this variety of Graptovaria. But we will see. I will try to do a propagation very soon on this, a leaf propagation. All of these can be leaf propagated. I'm not very sure if the stem is going to be very visible in this Echeveria. At times you will find stems in this, so you can do a stem cutting. So stem cutting and leaf propagation both are possible. Separating of the offsets is another option. The topsy-turvy is a very fast growing succulent, what I have noticed, even the others as well, but this one is very fast. So if you want to get one, you can definitely add it in your collection. They are pretty simple. All of them are fuss-free succulents. They will not give you a lot of trouble. They're very easy. So probably we will see. I will do a little bit of more research and see that if there was any new hybrid that was created from lilac spoon. Probably they might use another Echeveria or they might use another Graptopetalum. Not sure, but we'll keep a watch on it. So that's all about it, guys. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep planting.